threat, strong straight line winds, but we could see a few quick spin up tornadoes, and they're not going to be on the ground long. Notice this one's starting to fizzle out, but still on the Laurel County, pushing into parts of Knox County border. Right there on the border is the potential for some rotation. That's going to continue pushing off to the north and east. We can give an all clear to the I-75 corridor for the tornadic part of the cell, but we could still see possibly some straight line winds as this pushes off to the east on the I-75 corridor. But our attention is now turning to the potential for another tornado warning now over parts of Bell County. What you got?
If we can get master control to hit the streaming button, we are not online. So let's go ahead and see if we can get that taken care of. Okay, thank you so much. While we're doing that, I'll go ahead and take over the this new severe thunderstorm warning. This severe thunderstorm warning for Campbell, Claiborne, and Union County. This is until 2:15. Cam, this does have a tornado possible tag on it with considerable damage. So this is something, look at the wind at this, 70-mile-per-hour wind. So that wind is starting to pick up yet again. So again, this is something that, we're going to keep an eye on. Let's go ahead and take a look here now.
Hey, Travis.
At our...
do you know if anyone is in the newsroom? Okay.
At our velocity, let me see what we've got here. Yeah, if you look, Cam, it's starting to kind of bow out a little bit over towards the Clearfield area. You can kind of see how it's starting to get its act together. We have a new thunderstorm warning out again. This is another one with considerable damage. This is for Estill, Menifee, Powell, and it looks like Wolfe County. This goes into effect until 2:15. Again,
really quickly,
70 mile an hour. Wind is the main threat.
We're getting multiple trees down in Pulaski County and also some reports from Laurel County. So this little line means business as it pushes through. So you really need to take this seriously.
Absolutely. And again, a quick recap, Cameron. We'll go ahead and go through the tornado warnings again. Tornado warning in effect for Knox, Laurel, Whitley County. This goes into effect until 2:15. And then that second tornado warning is in effect. This is for Bell and Whitley County. Bell and Whitley County. This goes into effect until 2:15 as well.
Yeah, let's focus on that southern sail. Let's go back to the velocity if we can. Some good news, that northern sail, not as strong as it was. The velocity is starting to kind of fizzle out with that northern sail, but this one still some pretty tight rotation over parts of southwestern Bell County. And again, this is Highway 74. This is Highway 190 over in Bell County. This is Claiborne County, Tennessee. This is Bell County, Kentucky. And there is your possible tornado. Some good news, we have nothing that's confirmed at this hour, but again, that doesn't mean that one can't drop down pretty soon, because we do have the atmospheric dynamics and we have the thermodynamics for this to possibly develop. So just be sure that you take it seriously and you go ahead and go to that safe place. This is basically following Highway 74 right into downtown Middlesboro over the next 10 to 15 minutes. So again, if you're in Middlesboro, go to your safe place. That's the lowest floor in a small room away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You don't want to be in a car. You don't want to be in a mobile home. This is Highway 25E, and this is also a highway you don't want to be on until this circulation passes. So Eric is highlighting that possible rotation there over southwestern Bell County, and this is why we're on the air. We have a tornado warning now in place for parts of Bell County. We can give you the all clear in Whitley County. This is now solely into Bell County, so if you live west of the Pearl area over parts of Whitley County, this is an all clear for you from this particular cell. We could have more rounds later this evening, also tonight, so don't let your guard down just yet. But we do have a tornado warning now for parts of Bell County, I think until 2:15. Is that correct?
2:15 is correct, yes. And while we're at it, because we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning out, and I'm wondering if this is the one. No, this is not. For Rowan County, considerable damage, 70-mile-an-hour winds with this system. And Cameron, as you said, we are getting some damage reports. Let's see if they're popping up on here yet. They are not popping up on here at this time, so that'll be something that we'll keep an eye on. I want to go back to that southern tornado warning real quick, and we'll go ahead and pinpoint a couple of locations here, because the rotation here, if you look towards the Fond area, you can see how it's starting to get that curvature still. So this is something that we'll be keeping an eye on over the next several minutes. This is moving to the east at around 35 miles per hour. So we'll put a storm track on here and pinpoint some locations. Again, Middlesboro, you're in the path of this system. Middlesboro, it'll be near your area around 2:15. The Hutch area, 225. The Nashville area at around 228. See if we have anything coming in. Let's see.
Can we do a little bit, because we're getting a lot of questions for people that are not under anything at this point. Let's do a little bit of a reset. Yep. We're at 2 o'clock. You're watching WYMT. We're on air. We're on Facebook. We're on WYMT.com. We have one tornado warning now for parts of Bell County. Let's go a wide reset here. And all of this, these are severe thunderstorm warnings. That doesn't mean to ignore those. I know a lot of time people can ignore those severe thunderstorm warnings, but these today mean business. They could produce winds up to 60, possibly 70 miles per hour, and that was basically going from Rowan County through parts of Morgan County into Breathitt County, close to Perry County over there, close to Buckhorn. There we go. And then moving through places like Bell County. This is the one tornado warning that we have. So if you're watching us and you're not in Bell County, you do not have a tornado warning. If you're in Pineville, this does not include you. Again, technically a tornado warning for parts of Knox. That storm is fizzled. Could it produce strong straight line winds? Yes, but the rotation's just not there. That's good news. But we are watching out for the rotation to continue over this far southern cell, pushing into parts of Bell County south of Pineville. If you are in Pineville, this is not for you. A severe thunderstorm warning, yes, but the tornadic part of this cell is off to the south. This will be a Middlesboro storm, not a Pineville storm in terms of the tornado warning. So again, that's the one warning that we have that's tornadic. Technically, we have another one, but again, this one not as severe as the one to the south. This one's starting to fizzle in terms of the rotation. But again, that could still produce winds up to 60, possibly 70 miles per hour. Giving you that first alert over in Middlesboro, you have less than 20 minutes there until that's on top of you. Harrogate over in Claiborne County. We'll see what the Weather Service in Morristown, Tennessee wants to do with that, as Claiborne County belongs to them. Bell County belongs to Jackson, Kentucky's Weather Service office. And again, that will continue pushing off to the east. If this is extended, this will be more of a northeastern Tennessee threat, possibly a southwestern Harlan County threat if it holds together. But again, that's a big if, because this is not the day where the tornado warnings are going to last for hours and hours and hours. Could we see a quick spin up? It's possible, but this is mainly a strong straight line wind threat. Can we go back to the velocity really quickly?
Yeah.
And let's see what it's showing here in far south. And again, there you go right there. So there's your rotation. Let's go a little bit tighter if we can. And again, this is just to the west of downtown Middlesboro. And this is on top of Highway 74. Over in Bell County. So there's your rotation. Again, we have nothing that's confirmed at this hour, but that doesn't mean that one can't drop just like that. So go ahead and go to your safe place, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. No mobile homes, no cars. No one should be driving on Highway 25E from Pineville to the Cumberland Gap until we give you the all clear. And no one should be driving on Highway 74 in Bell County, period, until this storm passes. Again, this is following Highway 74 into downtown Middlesboro. There's the Cumberland Gap at 221. If you know anyone that may be spending the weekend over at the Cumberland Gap National Park, just go ahead and call them, text them, make sure that they know that there is a tornado warning in place. Again, we have nothing that's confirmed, but we do have an active warning. What you got?
So this is on the National Weather Service chat. Laurel County, possible tornado around the Old Way Road and the Lick Ford Road area.
Okay, I'm
so
not sure
that's something that we'll have to keep an eye on there. It's been up for a couple minutes, but that's on the National Weather Service chat right now. Claiborne, Hancock, Lee County, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on there. This goes into effect until 2:45. We also have for, let's see what we have. Towards the Louisa area, tornado possible, severe thunderstorm warning. That goes into effect until 3:15.
Okay.
So these systems, this system means business, if you will. These are fast-moving systems. They've been moving between 35 to as fast as 60 mile per hour, depending on the location. The big thing, yes, we do have the tornado possible tag, but the big thing with these storms is the straight line wind. Some places seeing winds as high as 60 to even 70 miles per hour. So this is something that we're going to keep an eye on as this system pushes through. And again, we've been giving you the first alert now for a few days now with this system, and now it's finally here. And this is one that you don't want to mess with. It's caused trees to go down across central Kentucky. It's caused power to go out across central and western Kentucky. And then back behind us, this is round 2. So this is something that we'll be monitoring as it pushes through eastern Kentucky. The good news, though, if you will, is behind this system, the temperatures are starting to drop. Louisville's already in the 60s. We're still in the 80s at this time. So there's a little bit of good news there. We don't have the instability, if you will, for these to keep going on. So that's kind of a little bit of good news there with round 2.
So they've canceled the warning for Laurel, Whitley. They continue it for Knox. They've canceled the warning for Whitley. They continue it for Bell. So we're down to 2 counties now under a tornado warning. Is it possible to turn off the lightning, Eric? That's just so much lightning. It's kind of covering up the screen. Yep. So there we go. So there's the tornado warning now for parts of Bell County until 2:15. Technically a tornado warning for parts of Knox County, but again, that one just not overly impressive. I am more concerned with the Bell County system as opposed to the Knox County system. The Weather Service in Morristown, which covers our 2 Southwest Virginia counties, Lee and Wise, also for Campbell and Claiborne County, says they are closely watching that system in Bell County. If the rotation holds together, it will move into Lee County, Virginia. So just a heads up, there's no warning in place as of right now in terms of tornado, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning now for parts of Lee County. Also one for, I see a big chunk of southeast Kentucky, Eric.
We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning out for Harlan, Leslie, Letcher, and Perry County. This goes into effect until the top of the hour, or 3 o'clock, I should say. This is for southern Perry County. Let me be very clear with this. This does not include the city of Hazard, but it does include the southern part of Perry County.
Looks like it's basically from Jeff to the south. So from the Jeff area
exactly
of Perry County and back to the south.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is brand new as of a few minutes ago. This does expire at 3 o'clock. And Cameron, while we discuss this, I'm going to look and see if we have any. We do. We have a. I'm looking up some of the counties in eastern Kentucky. Mm-hmm. Some customers without power right now. Estill County looks like 8,167 people or customers are without power. Jackson County, 7,709.
And again, this is not from a tornado. These are from straight line winds.
13,000 in Knox County, Whitley County, 4,611
So we have thousands, to say the least.
Yeah. And again, this is just round 1.
Yeah, can we zoom out really quickly and show the entire region? Let's do a track on the entire line. Let's turn off the lightning and just turn on the radar. And let's do the leading edge of it looks like the warnings may be covering up the heaviest part of the line. But let's give everyone out in front. So there we go. So let's kind of push that out at probably about 50. I can check off screen here to see how quickly these are moving. I would say they're moving at a pretty good clip.
They were moving between 35 to 60.
So let's see. This is going east at 60. So yeah, let's push that off to the east for about an hour, and that should put us into the Big Sandy Valley. And let's give everyone that heads up. Oh, we go Pat. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah. So about 1 hour. So you got Jackson, 2:16 over in Breathitt County, Hazard, 2:30. So you have less than 30 minutes here in downtown Hazard. You have Louisa over in Lawrence County, 2:54. Pikeville, as it pushes into Pike County, you have about an hour. So a first alert in Pike County, you have about 1 hour. And these are not going to weaken. These are moving into an atmosphere that has not been touched so far today. So these are not going to weaken. Now, that doesn't mean that you'll see a tornado, but this does mean that you will see some pretty gusty winds, some heavy rain, lots of lightning as this pushes off to the east. So a first alert about 1 hour for Pike County, also moving into parts of Martin County and eventually into our southern West Virginia counties. But we are on the air for a tornado warning. If we can go back to the one that's in Bell County.
Yep.
And again, that is our one that is the most concerning, technically, unless they've canceled the one that's for Knox, and they may have, which I agree with, but we do have the one that's still in place for parts of Bell County, and that is going to be, it looks like it's still there, so there's the one that's for Knox. But again, the one that's for Knox County, not as impressive as the one that's for Bell County. And again, that's technically a tornado warning for parts of Knox County until 2:15, and that will expire in about 5 minutes. Not overly concerned with this one. This one still has our attention, though. If we can go back to the velocity and see what it's looking like here as we approach the 2:10 hour. And again, there you go. So I would not be surprised to see the Weather Service maybe extend this out a little bit further, because this will technically expire in about 5 minutes, but that rotation is still there. So Middlesboro, first alert, go to your safe place, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. Put on a helmet, put on shoes. You don't want to be in a car. You don't want to be in a mobile home. This is on Highway 25E, pushing over parts of southern Bell County. And if you know anyone that's in Middlesboro that may not be paying attention to the weather, not everyone pays attention to the weather, but on a day like today, you need to go ahead and seek shelter and pay attention to the forecast as we have some threatening weather across eastern Kentucky and southeast Kentucky at this hour, as this is a tornado warning. But again, some good news, unless Eric, if you've seen anything differently, I've not seen anything that shows a confirmation of this. This is still a radar-indicated tornado over parts of southern Bell County.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting on here. I'm not seeing anything on the chat in regards to this. So yeah, it looks like it's still Doppler radar indicated.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is Doppler radar indicated. So.
Okay, so again, Middlesboro, this is...
It's over you right now.
Your call to action. You have to be in your safe place in Middlesboro, all the way down to the Kentucky and Tennessee border, all the way down to the tunnel that goes into parts of Claiborne County, Tennessee, at the Cumberland Gap. You've got to be in your safe place. Again, this does not include downtown Pineville. This is south of Pineville, but this is for Middlesboro. And Eric, I'm going to get some water really quickly if you want to take it away for a few minutes.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. So again, quick recap. We'll do a master reset here. Let me get this going. All right, so let's do a master reset. We will do the grand tour and give you the grand scheme of what's going on. We do have the tornado warning in effect for Knox County until 2:15. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. This is for Breathitt, Clay, Laurel, Owsley until 2:30. We do have a new tornado warning in effect. This is brand new, and this is for Claiborne. Cameron, you called it. Claiborne, Hancock, and Lee County. This includes the Cumberland Gap area. This goes into effect until 2:45. Let me see if I can get some information on this. Let's see what's going on here. I don't have any information on that, but yeah, so it is for Claiborne, Hancock, and Lee County. This includes the Cumberland Gap, the Ewing area, the Harrogate area, as well as the Shawnee area. Let me pull up, it's coming up on my phone here so I can read the information real quick. At 2:11, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over the Fond area or 7 miles west of Middlesboro. This is moving to the east at 40 miles per hour, so it is starting to pick up some steam. We'll go ahead and turn everything off and we'll do the radar only. We'll do a storm track on this at 40 miles per hour. And you can see exactly where that line is, right there, Middlesboro, just south of Pineville. So we'll go ahead and put the tracker on here at 40. And you can see, there it is.
Really quickly, I also want to mention we are getting some reports from the Cumberland Valley of trees down. So I don't know if that's associated. I didn't get a location on that, but I'm assuming that it's probably from straight line winds. But again, there are some timings on that new tornado warning.
So yeah, Harrogate, 2:13, the Riverview area, 2:16, Forge Ridge, 2:19, Ewing, 2:34, the Eds Mill area, 2:40. So if you live in the cities that I just mentioned, please be in your basement or the lowest level of your house. Get away from windows. Make sure you have a lot of protection between you and the outdoors. Again, just please stay safe as these systems push through, and these are fast-moving systems.
Yeah, also in Harrogate, we have LMU campus, so I'm not sure if students are still there. Maybe they're on summer break at this point. I would assume so, but if anyone is close to LMU, you also want to be in your safe place over in Harrogate for Claiborne County, Tennessee. But again, this is a tornado warning for a storm that's basically on top now of downtown Middlesboro over in Bell County. So we have a tornado warning for Bell County pushing into parts of Claiborne, also for Lee County, Virginia. And again, this is going to include parts of southwestern Lee County. If we can go back to what you got.
We have a new severe thunderstorm warning out. This does include the hazard area.
Okay, and this is for 70-mile-per-hour winds, folks. So again, this is nothing to play with. You need to go ahead and go to your safe place, not for a tornado, but from some very strong straight-line winds. And these have a history and have a potential to knock down trees and power lines across the region. This is a considerable threat tag for winds up to 70 miles per hour, and that does not, it doesn't matter if that's in a straight line or if it's in a tornado. If it's 70 miles per hour, that can knock down some trees and do some damage. So a severe thunderstorm warning now that includes Jackson, That also includes the city of Hazard. That includes the city of Hindman as well, even into parts of Prestonsburg for Floyd. All of Floyd County, all of Knott County, all of Breathitt County, all of Perry County, all of Leslie County, all of Magoffin County. You're now under a severe thunderstorm warning for the potential for winds up to 70 miles per hour. But again, our focus is still going to be on this tornado warning, as it has the biggest threat to produce the most widespread damage. If we can go to the velocity really quickly, Eric, and see where that velocity couplet is still kind of setting up shop there, and it's right on top of downtown Middlesboro. Can we go a little bit tighter? And there you go. So this is looking at the wind, and this is from the Jackson National Weather Service office. So you got red color, that is wind going away from Jackson. You got, what you got?
New tornado warning.
Okay, where's that for?
This is for, again, Claiborne, Hancock, and Lee.
Okay.
So this looks like an extension of that.
No, what is this one? I think this may be for Harlan. What, this one right here?
This is
right there. Yeah, so for extreme southern Harlan County, this is now a tornado warning for extreme southern Harlan County. This does not include Harlan, the city of Harlan, the city of Cumberland. This does not include you. This is for a small sliver of extreme southern Harlan County on Highway 987, the Martins Fork area. If you're close to the Kentucky and Virginia border in Harlan County, this is kind of to the south and west of Black Mountain as well. So south and west of Black Mountain on Highway 987 in Harlan County. Go to your safe place, as this is a continuation of that tornado warning from Bell County. But again, we do have some rotation that's close to downtown Middlesboro. And this is where the warnings can get a little bit funky, because these counties belong to the National Weather Service in Morristown. These counties belong to the National Weather Service in Jackson. So you can see there's a little bit of overlay, a little bit that doesn't match, but still, that doesn't matter. If you live in eastern Bell County, extreme southern Harlan County, also to the west of Ed's Mill and Lee County, Virginia, this is a tornado warning for you until 2:45. I think this one's until 2:30, right? Or is that also 2:45?
Let's see. This one is also until 2:45. So
okay.
they will both expire at the same time.
Awesome.
And I've got the information for that tornado warning right here.
Okay.
I know we read it earlier. At 2:11, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over the Fond area, or 7 miles west of Middlesboro. This is moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. Main impacts, obviously, flying debris will be damage to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes can and will be destroyed or damaged. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. That is the verbatim from the National Weather Service out of Morristown. So, again, if you're near the Harrogate area, you've got about 3 minutes. This system's going to be right over you at around 2:20. So this is one system that we do not want to.
The National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a tornado warning for southwestern Harlan County, southeastern Bell County, until 2:45 p.m. At 2:15 p.m., severe thunderstorms capable of producing both tornadoes and extensive straight-line wind damage were located over Hutch, or near Middlesboro, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado. Source, radar-indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of southwestern Harlan and southeastern Bell counties, including the following locations: Schley. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 2:45 p.m. for the following counties in Kentucky: Bell and Harlan.
Leslie County, Harlan and Harlan County, Hazard and Perry County, possibly Hindman over in Knott County. And again, these are not tornado warned, but these are severe thunderstorm. What you got?
I'm going to call up our hazard camera in a few minutes, see if we can see if we can move that around, see if we can get a good vantage point of this storm.
Can we go back while you do that really quickly? Let's go to the Bell County storm and let's sit on velocity for a second while you pull up the camera, and I can talk about that for a little bit. This is probably close to the Bell and Lee County border. Let's go in a little bit tighter. And some good news. So Middlesboro, all clear. US 25E, a few more minutes, but Middlesboro, all clear for you. The circulation is now off to the east, and some good news. So here's your circulation. It's not as well defined, not as tight as it was just a few minutes ago. So again, this is velocity. This is showing the wind in the storm. The red color, that's wind going away from the radar. The green color is wind going towards the radar. And we have those winds kind of touching there. And this is actually coming from the Morristown radar. You can see that those winds are going away from Morristown, going towards Morristown in Tennessee. So there is your counterclockwise rotation coming into Lee County, Virginia. This is Highway 58 now coming into Lee County, Virginia. Here's the Kaler area. The Gibson Mill area, again, this is Lee County, Virginia, not Lee County, Kentucky. This is a tornado warning now for parts of eastern Bell County, pushing into extreme southern Harlan County, also for parts of Lee County, Virginia. And this is going to be for the potential for a quick spin-up tornado. Some good news, we have no reports of a confirmed tornado. Also, I haven't had any reports of damage coming from this system in Middlesboro or in Bell County for that matter. So I do think that if we had something on the ground in Middlesboro, because so many people live there, we would have known about it by now. So again, that's some good news there, but still take it seriously. If you live in eastern Bell County pushing into Lee County, Virginia, this is a tornado warning that will last until 2:45. So we have about 23, 24 more minutes there with this system, but I will say it's not as well defined as it was about 10 to 15 minutes ago. So that's good news there. You just saw the radar update and a pretty similar story. Your rotation will be right here on the Bell County, Lee County border of Virginia and Kentucky, just to the north and west of Gibson Mill on Highway 58, just to the south and east of the Calmer area over in Bell County. And again, this will continue pushing off, basically riding the border of Kentucky and Tennessee, or Kentucky and Virginia, I should say. So if you live close to the Kentucky and Virginia border in Lee County, Virginia, Bell County, Kentucky, or Harlan County, Kentucky, now is your call to action to go ahead and go to your safe place. And that is a small room on the lowest floor near the center, away from windows. You don't want to be in a mobile home. You don't want to be in a car. If you're in a mobile home or a car, go to your friend's house, a family member's house, a gas station, a restaurant, a convenience store, anything that offers more substantial shelter. You also don't want to be outside with this system. If you know anyone that may be on the lake or on the river this weekend, it's a holiday weekend. A lot of us had plans, myself included, but here we are. We're dealing with some severe weather. Mother Nature is throwing us a curveball today. But I mean, we knew this was coming, so we gave you the first alert a few days ago. So hopefully everyone has that plan in place, as this is now a call to action for parts of southeastern Bell County pushing into Lee County, Virginia. Is that camera ready to go over there, Eric? Or
there is nothing
that's
substantial.
showing?
No,
okay.
There's nothing on the camera there.
Okay.
I do want to go over the new severe thunderstorm warning that is out. This is for Breathitt, Knott, Magoffin, and Perry County. This is the considerable damage against 70-mile-an-hour winds. With this goes into effect until 3:15. Again, this doesn't. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this box here.
The Weather Service is also, just to pass this along, watching out for some rotation in Lee County. So just a heads up, there's no tornado warning, but there is a little bit of rotation. We talked about this earlier, Eric. This line, it can and will produce those quick little kinks, those quick spin-up tornadoes, not the kind that will last for hours, but the kind that could last for 5 minutes tops. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that.
So I'm going to pinpoint this real quick, just to kind of get our bearings. So here's hazard, okay? I want to use our measuring tool here just to show you this system's only about 21 miles away from the hazard area. Jackson, the heaviest part is about 7 miles away from you guys. So you can see here, Cameron, with our storm track tool here, this is definitely pushing, inching closer to some cities here. So here's a new, let's see, this is the tornado warning until 2:45. This is an update.
Let me pass this along really quickly. We're getting our first damage report from Bell County, and this is from the Fond area. So this is where that circulation moved over. Not saying this is confirmed from a tornado, but we are getting some reports now from the Fond area of Bell County. Trees down on a power line, also shingles blown off a roof in the Fond area. So again, that's the same storm that's now pushing over parts of southeastern Bell County. Just passing that along there.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I do have a couple reports, 3 reports to pass along here. We'll go ahead and call these up. just to the south and east of the London area. One small tree and half of another tree blown down in the vicinity of the Memory Lane area. Another one just to the west of Middlesbrough, 2-foot diameter tree on a power line and shingles blown off a roof in the Fond area. And then towards the Somerset area, we have a couple there. 59-mile-per-hour wind gusts there. That was from the Mesonet station there. And then we have multiple trees blown down, including over power lines in the vicinity of the Bridge Hollow area, State Branch Spur, and the Slate Branch Road area towards the Braunston area. So we are getting those reports now pushing into eastern Kentucky. Cameron, do you have anything on your end?
Not new, but let's do this. Let's go back to the radar.
Okay.
And let's kind of zoom out and show everyone the potential for our next round of severe weather. Before we do, let me say this. I think this will be our strongest of the day. I think this batch will be the one that produces the most damage, but let's kind of go back to the west and notice this. This is round 2 of the day. There is another squall line, but notice this one not as put together as the one out front. So the one out front is stealing the moisture, stealing the instability. It's stealing the storm fuel from this second round, but still, don't let your guard down. If you're out and about on this Sunday, we could still see some more gusty winds, some more heavy rain, some more lightning as this pushes through. And possibly tonight, a third round, that's still be determined. So we'll kind of watch out for that. But we could see 2 more potential rounds of strong to severe storms. But I do think this one will be the main show of the day, as it is the first that's kind of tapping into our environment of this Sunday. As we still have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, we have some that are considerable damage threats. That means that could produce winds up to 70, possibly more than 70 miles per hour. If we can go back to the home view, we'll kind of show you that squall line as a whole. And it stretches from Moorhead all the way down to Middlesbrough. You can see how it kind of has that backwards S shape. That kind of shows you, so right here, also right here. Those are the 2 spots I would watch out for the potential for winds up to 70 between Moorhead and Jackson, between Hazard and Harlan. Those 2 spots could produce winds up to 70 miles per hour. The southern tail could produce a quick spin-up tornado as it pushes east of Middlesbrough. What you got?
Whitley County is now reporting 692 customers without power.
Okay.
Knox County is reporting 96 customers without power. Laurel County, 1,435 customers. Pulaski County, 7,185. McCreary County, 2,815. Menifee County, 2,149. That's why we are saying it is imperative that you have multiple ways to receive notifications, because if the power goes out, we still stream on our mobile devices, so you can still get the first alert from us.
Yes. Can we do a little bit of a track of the entire squall line, please?
All right. Let's see what we've got. So we'll go ahead and put the storm track on here. It's moving at about 60 miles per hour. Let me fix this. And again, it's moving to the east at 60. So we'll go ahead and put the storm track on here with the correct time, and we'll go straight to radar only. And so here's the squall line right here. We'll go ahead and draw this out, and here we go. So for the next 45 minutes, Jackson 228, Harlan 233, Hazard 239 is the ETA for here. Grayson 246, Paintsville 255, Louisa 304, Pikeville 316. So if you are in one of those cities that I just mentioned, here's your first alert. You need to be getting ready as this storm is pushing your way. And we have seen multiple reports, and we've heard multiple reports of trees down, power lines down, a lot of customers across eastern Kentucky without power, especially central Kentucky. And as Cameron mentioned, this is just round 1. Round 2 will be coming through later on. But again, if you're in one of the cities that I just mentioned, Jackson, Harlan, Hazard, Grayson, Willard, Paintsville, Cannonsburg, Louisa, Fayette, Pikeville, this system is heading your way. And some of these storms, Cameron, they do have the considerable damage tag, which means 70 mile per hour wind and greater.
Yes, let's go back to our one tornado warning of the period right now,
Okay.
and that's for parts of southeastern Bell County, pushing to extreme southern Harlan County. That does not include downtown Harlan. Also for parts of Lee County and extreme northeastern Claiborne County, Tennessee, basically close to the Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia borders. Right here is where the possible tornado would be, and this is Highway 58 in Lee County, Virginia, that runs from Pennington Gap over to near Middlesboro. This is the Ewing area. Can we go to the velocity? And there is the rotation that is cause for concern. So kind of on Highway 58, a first alert. If you live in southwestern Lee County, Virginia, close to the Ewing area, this is going to be coming right over you. So you can go ahead and go to your safe place. Again, that's the lowest floor in a small room near the center and away from windows. You don't want to be in a car. No one should be driving on Highway 58 from Pennington Gap all the way to the Kentucky and Virginia and Tennessee borders for the next 20 minutes or so until this system passes. Again, this is our one tornado warning of the day, but we have multiple active severe thunderstorm warnings, and those can be just as dangerous as they have the potential to produce winds up to 60, possibly 70 miles per hour. We have thousands of people without power this afternoon on this Sunday across the region. So again, just be sure that your devices are charged and you have multiple ways to receive warnings, because we're not done with that severe weather chance just yet, as this is a tornado warning now for Lee County, Virginia. You got something, Eric?
So yeah, just kind of give you a little bit of kind of get our bearings straight with where this rotation is. So you see where Kaler is circled right now, over towards the Wilderness Road Bed and Breakfast area. That's kind of where the rotation is being situated right now. So if you're near the Wilderness Road Bed and Breakfast area, also over towards the Kaler Road area. If you keep going across, you have the Brooks Cemetery area, Norway Road area, as well as the Lincoln Memorial University area. Rotation is kind of forming around that area, Cam. So just kind of give you a little bit of points of interest with where this rotation is, if you will.
Yes. Can we go back to a little bit of a wider view and showing the straight line wind thread? I do think that will be the bigger story of the day. Could we see a spin up? It's possible, but for most of us, the most widespread issue is going to be from this squall line stretching from I-64 all the way down to the Kentucky and Tennessee border. So this is a system that's going to impact all of us to go into this afternoon, and this has history and the potential to produce winds up to 60, possibly 70 miles per hour. So some timings and hazard. You're running out of time, less than 10 minutes. 2:45 over in Cumberland for Harlan County. Paintsville over in Johnson County, 2:55, so about 20 minutes, give or take, over in Johnson County. Louisa just after 3 o'clock there, so about 30 minutes over in Lawrence County, and pushing into West Virginia after that. So again, this is not a tornadic situation for most of us. We have that one warning that's tornadic over parts of Bell, also Lee County, Virginia. But we do have a blanket of severe thunderstorm warnings, and I'm interested to see, Eric, that camera whenever it gets closer to us to see what the conditions look like outside.
Yeah, I've got it called up now, so we can take, if we can get Max 2 up, I will go ahead and call up the camera here. Yeah, okay. Max 2 on air, and you can see there's the WYMT studio camera here in Hazard, and right now it's not moving at all. Matter of fact, I will go ahead and call up the latest observations from downtown, just to kind of give you an indication. We only have winds out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour. So right now, consider this the calm before the storm, if you will. Cam?
Yeah, and just check out those conditions. You can see, we took it down. But the temperature up to 79, the dew point 66. That's some pretty juicy air for the later half of May as we get towards the end of May here. A quick moving month. But anyway, 79 degrees, 66 here in Hazard. So again, this is some ripe atmosphere for some severe weather. It says sunny, but again, we are tracking those clouds to increase and that severe weather chance to also increase. It's 2:34. You're watching WYMT on air, also on Facebook and on WYMT.com. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cameron Aaron, alongside First Alert Meteorologist Eric Dean, and we are tracking a severe weather situation across eastern Kentucky. We have one active tornado warning, and that is pushing into parts of Lee County, Virginia. But for the rest of us, can we show the alert map to show how expansive the severe thunderstorm warnings are? And it will probably take us all the way into the Big Sandy Valley over the next hour or so, as it pushes off to the east. And again, this is not for a tornado, but this is for possibly winds up to 60, maybe 70 miles per hour. So you can see there, that goes all the way into Pike County. And this is also, can we pull up this one right here? This now has a tornado possible tag on it for the severe thunderstorm warning. And that is for basically hazard south into parts of Harlan, Leslie, Letcher, and Perry County. Again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. That means that the rotation is not quite strong enough yet for a tornado warning, but still, we could see a quick spin up as this line pushes through. So take this seriously, folks. Don't just shrug this off as a severe thunderstorm warning. This line has a history of being strong to severe. Damage from western Kentucky through central Kentucky, also now damaging in eastern Kentucky. So go ahead and go indoors. It is Sunday, the Sunday before Memorial Day. Memorial Day's tomorrow, so a lot of people have plans to be outdoors today, but just not right now. It's not worth it to be outside as this severe storm rolls through. We have gusty winds, we have lightning, we have heavy rain, possibly some small hail, and also the potential for maybe a quick spin up or two. So go ahead and go indoors. If you have friends outside, if you have family members outside at a lake, at the river, at the creek, wherever they may be that's not paying attention to the weather, call them, text them, make sure that they know that we have a line of showers and storms that is pushing through over the next hour or so, and that is pushing ever so closer to parts of Perry and Breathitt counties. Eric, what you got? Anything new over there?
Yeah, if we can go to Max 2, I've called up the Buffalo Mountain camera, and you can see right there exactly where where the storm is, how it's literally how it's literally just putting.
Okay.
I was just pushing through.
Is this as far back as we can? Is it as zoomed out as we can go?
That is as zoomed out as far as we can go.
I would imagine this is probably a shelf cloud, and then you got your heavy rain back here. So again, we're not looking at any lowerings that is indicative of a tornado, but we are tracking some very heavy rain, some low visibility back here in the distance as that squall line continues pushing off to the east.
Yeah, and if you look, I'll kind of highlight it right here so you can kind of pinpoint. You can look here, you can see the rain shafts right there. So we are seeing some heavy rain. Obviously, we are seeing some heavy wind.
And again, if you're not familiar with Buffalo Mountain, that's in southern Perry County. Let's keep this shot full if we can, Travis.
Yeah,
this is southern Perry County south of Hazard. So, and this is part of the warning that has that tornado possible tag. If we can go back to that Buffalo Mountain camera full screen, please. And let's just keep that full and see what those conditions look like as they push through, because this is what thousands of people are looking at as it moves across our region this afternoon, as we have a blanket of severe thunderstorm warnings in place, and these have the potential to knock out trees, knock out power. So just go ahead and go indoors, everybody. Just stay out and stay indoors. You don't want to be outside as this pushes through. As Eric is scanning the skies there, again, nothing that is indicative of a tornado, nothing that's lower there, but we do have some very dark clouds, some low visibility as this squall line pushes through. Taking a live look from Perry County, from Buffalo Mountain, and this is one spot that's under a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. I do want to mention really quickly, we do have that tornado warning for parts of Lee County, Virginia. That rotation is not overly concerning at this point. It has weakened a little bit, but let's keep this camera full screen.
We now have a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag. This is for Knott, Leslie, Letcher, and Perry County.
Okay, so that's this storm.
It does not include Hazard, but it includes the Buffalo Mountain area.
So that'll be this storm right here. So let's kind of keep an eye on this one and see how it looks. Again, it's less than 10 minutes away from impacting this camera. I would say about 5 to 7 minutes from coming over this camera side. And I would love to see what it looks like as it pushes through. Let's go back to the radar really quickly as we have a little bit of time here before.
I've got the information up for you as well.
So that is the warning that Eric talked about, a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. But check out the wind speed, 70 miles per hour. That does not matter if it's in a straight line or if it's tornadic. 70 miles per hour can do some damage, everybody. So go ahead and go indoors. Some good news, the tornado warning was expired for Bell County. It does continue for Harlan County, also for parts of Lee County, Virginia, and that is not for Harlan County or Harlan City, but for the southern parts of Harlan County. But again, the bigger story this afternoon is the straight line wind threats, and that is going to be a thing that impacts all of us. But you can see there that did not include parts of Harlan City itself. This is another.
This is a brand new one.
Okay, severe thunderstorm warning, 70 miles per hour. So again, if you're along and east of Highway 15 this afternoon, this is going to be what you get, basically. Severe thunderstorm warning, possibly up to 70, maybe more than 70 miles per hour. That can knock down trees, that can knock out power. At last check, we had thousands of people without power this afternoon, and we do have some damage over parts of the Cumberland Valley.
This is new as well. Harlan and Letcher County until 3:30, tornado possible tag.
Okay, so I'm assuming they're going to drop this tornado warning and just let the possible tag handle that, which I agree with. The rotation not as well defined as
I'm gonna ask, and I don't know if this is possible, if we can have a double box with you in it and Max 2 on there as well, so we can keep an eye on the Buffalo Mountain Cam real time while we're tracking this. There's a way to do that.
How does that sound, Joe or Travis back there?
If not, I can.
If not, I can do it through
here.
Okay. We'll work on it.